Hello again. Normally I've got an idea of what I'm going to be achieving at the end, or hoping to achieve at the end of a video, but today I'm not absolutely sure what's going to happen, but we'll see. The premise really is the fact that I've just received this new set of dies by Sizzix of butterflies, and I don't know if you can see very clearly, the packet's a bit shiny. Oops, I don't get this stuck. But inside, there's like overlay bits that go, and they look kind of random. And each one has got its bits with it, which is really useful because it would be quite difficult working out which all the tiny bits are for. So what I was trying to do is to work out ways of using these dies to make them sort of interesting. The first thing I did was this card, and actually this one is just using up a mistake. Here I've got it is a hydrangea. It's an Ultra New 3D embossing folder, and I was colouring the image with ink in the embossing folder, and I must have, I don't know, moved it or something, but I've got 2 or 3 different images there that's all gone to pot. So I thought, well, I won't waste it. So I cut a couple of butterflies from the wastage here. So that's the first one. So the second thing I thought about doing was using my Gelli Plate. This is a Gelli Plate. It's you can put colour onto the plate, make patterns into that colour, and then take prints from it. And I've only ever used acrylics on it before, I think, really. But the other day I saw I don't know, tail end of a video by Simon Hurley, and he was using Nuvo Shimmer powders on a Gelli Plate. So I thought, I've got some of those, I've got a Gelli Plate, I'll give it a go. So these 2 butterflies were cut from this, which was a print made with the Gelli Plate using that blue, which is Blue Blitz, and I believe it was that Storm Cloud. I think it was those 2. And I took a print from it. So that's what they came from. And I quite like the look of these. The fact that you cut the twiddly bits out at the same time. So where they land is kind of random, really. So that's that one. So I thought what I would try and do today is to show you the process that I used to get those. Let's put those out of the way. There was one very interesting thing which Simon Hurley did, which I probably would never have thought of myself. I'm not incredibly innovative for things like that, but what he did was, these plates, you just saw me take off the top film. They have a film on each side. And what I've always done is put my colour on there and then put a piece of card or something on the top and taken a print. And you get what you get. But what he did was something very interesting. And I'll show you that in a minute. I'll keep you on tenterhooks. Let's have a go and see how we get on. The card I put on the Clean and Simple card making group on Facebook today was of these. I used this die, which is a floral die from Charlie and Paulson. And this is the piece of card that I cut that from. So I cut 2, so I've got more to come. I haven't used all of them. So that was done on a Gelli Plate. But I've discovered a few things. The less water that you add, the more shimmer you get. So I'm going to try and see what I can do. Today I've got visions of having a red butterfly. So what I'm going to do is put some dabs of red onto my Gelli Plate, but I'm going to add some Brusho in. This is dark brown. Don't know what it's going to do. You'll know as soon as I do what it looks like. And I have got here, just in case I need it, I don't know whether I will, some just plain white mica powder, which I could add to get a bit more shimmer. So now I'm going to spritz this, and I'll try and be careful because I've nearly always put too much water on. There we go. Now, this is the clever part, which Simon Hurley did, and I would never, ever have thought about. What he did was this. Rather than doing that, what he did was pick up his plate. He left one of the plastic sheets on the back, and he turned it over. And then he placed it onto his paper. But of course, now you can see what's happening. And so if you press, you can move the colour around if you want to. Now, don't you think that's clever? I would never have thought of that. Do I want that bit like that, or do I want it to mingle? There's a little bit. And what is lovely about some of these die cuts, the colours that you get are kind of random. And I think that makes a huge difference. Let me just get rid of some of this. Brusho goes everywhere. And I haven't actually, until just this recently, thought of mixing Brushos with Nuvo Shimmers. I've tried one or the other, but never two together. Right, let's have a go. Take it. Whoa, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? You see, you can see the fact that you can see what's happening is brilliant. I mean, in the ordinary way, I would have just turned it over, pressed it on, and what you got was what you saw, and that was it. So, brilliant. Now, if I want to cut one of these butterflies, because the, I can't pick them up, because they're all in one piece and they're solid, you can't see through to see which bit of the pattern you're going to get. It's kind of a bit of a guesswork, really. So what I've done is this. I've cut some out, and I can place this where I like this, so I can see through to see what pattern would show. That's quite nice there. Do you see? So I can see it. What do I like? And it's quite nice to have light bits as well. Oh, look at that. So if I place that there like that, where's the die? That's the little one, isn't it? Put that on top. If I want to make sure it doesn't, I could actually cut through that. I could have cut that in copy paper and it would have cut through. But if I want to take it out, what I can do is this. Tape that to there. Just take it around to the back. So that's going to stay where it is. Take out this and it's in the same place. Isn't that clever? Right, now I'm just going to cut this out and we'll see how we go. Here's my cuttlebug. Let's just cut this out. Now, because this is kind of fresh, it's probably going to transfer a bit of the colour. So let me just put a bit of copy paper over the top just to keep things clean on my plates. I'll just put that over the top. There we go, let's cut it out. There we are. See the colours come off that? That would have been all over my plate. So now I can take that off and look and see what I've got. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then these little bits fit over the top. They're very fiddly, but they look pretty. Can you see these tiny little doodads? Where am I? There we are. And one more, plus the body. There it is. That fits like that. The thing is, if you don't like the effect of these bits, you could always shade them a bit more. I think the important thing is getting the colour that you want on the actual butterfly itself. So now I could cut another one from this. Let's try the larger one, which is this middle one. Let's have a look at his outline. Where could we have him? That looks quite nice like that. But then his attachment isn't there. That would be fine. I'll try it this time, cutting out without taking that paper away. This is a piece of card, so it may not be quite as effective as if I'd taken it out completely. Let's just have a see how we go. Let's have a go. There we are. Yes, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, says she. It is. Let's take this off. There we are. So there's our butterfly. Some fabulous colours. These all of these shimmer powders. Oh, it's not quite there. I might have to do it again. Let's just. Are we in the right place? Yeah, that's because I left that in. Let's just do it again so that it's absolutely cut through. There we are. There we are. No problem at all. One thing I could have done, which I didn't think of until just now, is if I wanted to, I could have mopped up the remainder of the ink on the Gelli Plate with some of these little tiny cutout things, just to make it a bit more interesting. Do you see that one goes like that? They make fabulous, fabulous impressions. Don't know where my other bits are gone. Are they still? Oh, they're still there. Here they are. That one goes there. No, the other way round, I think. Goes that way. If you look closely, there is on these dies there is a little outline, which is where these additional bits should be placed, which does help. The first time I was trying to do the little one, and it was this piece, couldn't work out where on earth it fitted, and then I actually saw that it's got a little line to show. So Brushos and Nuvo Shimmers on a Gelli Plate to take a print, turning the plate upside down so you can see what pattern's coming out, and also using a template, really. Any die that you have, even if it's something like this for a sentiment. If you want to cut a sentiment and you've stamped it, you can't put that very, very carefully over it and ensure it's in the middle. But if you cut a pattern like this, a template, a jig, out of a piece of copy paper, you can put that over what you want to cut out, pop it into the space, and you're away. Easy peasy. Anyway, food for thought? I hope so. Do have a go and have a bit of fun. Thanks for watching.